Thank you, Coach. Thank you very much. Our next inductee serves as a board of director for both the Gridiron Greats and After the Impact Fund. He has been the biggest advocate from the beginning. He donated a full game check to Gridiron Greats, along with other board member Kyle Turley, back in 2007. Matt is so passionate about his brothers in need, and he's also passionate about serving on After the Impact Fund's board of directors and their mission to give back to military veterans. This is Matt Birk.
Matt Birk played for Harvard University and was later drafted by the Minnesota Vikings in 1998. Matt finished his career with the Baltimore Ravens and is a two-time All-Pro, six-time Pro Bowl selection, and a Super Bowl champion. Birk established the Hike Foundation in 2002 to impact the lives of at-risk children through literacy programs. The foundation launched an incentive-based system called Ready, Set, Read in select Baltimore area public schools in the fall of 2010, which served approximately 100,000 students. In recognition of Birk's commitment to others, he received the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award in 2011. Matt served as the NFL's Director of Football Development, currently serves as a special advisor to the NFL, and is a board member of Gridiron Greats Assistance Fund and After the Impact Fund. Matt truly believes in the power of football and is also proud to serve as liaison to youth football and international football groups. He resides in Florida and Minnesota with his wife, Adriana, and 8 children.
The Gridiron Greats welcome Matt Birk into their Hall of Fame.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Thank you. A little bit embarrassing to be up here tonight. One, I know for a fact that I don't belong in the same group as the other inductees. And two, I don't think you should get awards for just doing what you're supposed to do. Kyle told the story earlier at the symposium, but Kyle, you actually misremembered how it actually all went down, which is ironic and funny and all those things. But it was winter of 2007, and it was minus 20 degrees in Minnesota, which it often is. And the heater on my truck had broken. So I took it into the shop, and I said, I need to be somewhere. I need a loaner car. And they gave me a Prius. And no offense to anybody who drives a Prius, but when you're 320 pounds, it's not exactly your idea of a sweet ride. So it was minus 20, and I couldn't get the defrost to work. You know, those of you who live in cold climates, everything was fogged up except a little. And I'm driving, and my phone rings, and I answer, and it was Kyle. And at this time, in 2007, we had an epidemic. Every week there was a new story about a former player who they found living under a bridge or in a trailer with no food, no heat, no medication, or someone who committed suicide. And Kyle and I came into the league together in 1998. He was drafted in the top 10. I was a couple hundred picks after that. But Kyle was someone that I respected personally and professionally. And when we came into the league, we were told from day one, when you enter the NFL, you're entering a brotherhood. You're part of this brotherhood forever. And Kyle was like, we have to do something. I'm going to donate a game check. Do you want to do it? And I was just trying not to get in an accident as I was driving down the road. And I was like, well, yeah, of course I'll do it. I was like, we'll get other guys to do it too. But we couldn't get anybody else to do it. I guess Kyle and I are horseshit salesmen. But that was 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And there are fewer stories about finding former players in dire need, but they're still out there. I would like to think that we've had a little something to do with that. It's been a great honor for me when I was playing. Of course I'm going to do that because it is the brotherhood and because I benefited from those that came before me. I stood on their shoulders, and of course I'm going to help them out. As a retired player, football, it may lead to my demise. I don't know. If it does, that's okay. Don't feel sorry for me. I'm actually one, I wouldn't change a thing about my life. I actually think football's a great thing. I think our country and our boys need football now more than ever. They need discipline. They need discipline and adversity and delayed gratification, those things. But don't feel badly for me. I'm speaking for myself. But I would hope that someone would help out my family and my kids. And that's why I'm so proud of the work that we've done at Gridiron, is because we take care of the whole family. And it wouldn't be possible without Shannon and Karen and the amazing team, and I can't list them all because, I don't know if you guys know this or not, there's free drinks in the back, so I've partaken a little bit. But it's absolutely amazing what our team at Gridiron does. I mean, they don't have a job. It's a vocation for them. It's a calling to what they do. I want to thank my wife as well, because when I'm out, sometimes volunteering for Gridiron, you have to do hard things. Like you have to go to the cigar party and smoke cigars, and duty calls sometimes, So, and people say, oh, it's great what you do, but really, she has to shoulder the load at home. So thank you very much for letting me do this. I want you to know at Gridiron, we do more with less than, I'd probably say, any charity in America. I guarantee we didn't pay for any of this stuff. We begged, bartered, and stealed. Someone asked me, have you been to Coach Ditka's restaurant in Chicago? I said, no. I've been on the board for 10 years. I haven't gotten a free meal out of the deal. But that's just how we do it. That's just how we do it. And now to be able to partner with After the Impact Fund, I don't need to explain why we need to take care of our veterans. My father did 2 tours in Vietnam. We all know people. I don't need to pitch anybody why we need to help them out. But the great thing about Gridiron and the great thing about After the Impact is we have a model that works. I don't want to sound arrogant, but we know what we're doing. With After the Impact, we have 4 years of studies that pairs football players and military people together. And we know for a fact that they heal better, stronger, and faster when we put them together. So I want to thank all of you for being here. All of us are just doing our part. We're using our gifts and doing our part. And by you being here tonight, you're doing your part, and I thank you. I thank each and every one of you, all of our amazing partners who help us out. Mr. Davis and the Raiders, it was mentioned earlier, but anybody that knows football, knows the history of the league, knows that the success of the Raiders was built on the love that your father had for his players. And you, by continuing that on and by supporting Gridiron Greats, thank you. Thank you very much. It's an amazing thing happens, I think, when you get football people together, because we just know how to do stuff. We're not much for meetings. Coach and his warm and fuzzy personality, we don't really have these long, drawn-out board meetings. And then you bring in military people into the equation, and we just do stuff. I try to live my life by a few basic principles, and one of them is a quote from Mother Teresa. She said, "Yesterday is gone, tomorrow has not come. We have today. Let us begin." And that's what Gridiron Greats will keep doing, and that's what After the Impact Fund is going to keep doing. We're just going to do. Thank you very much.